Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do a quick unboxing of the OnePlus 5. Now this is the latest flagship from OnePlus. Now shout out to everybody who watch my videos. You know my old saying, you're only as good as your last product. Well, if you take a look at the OnePlus 3T, this is a certified beast. Now with the OnePlus 5, you got bigger and better specs, so this should be even more of a beast. Now, y'all know I hate talking about specs, but since this is an unboxing video, let's go over the main specs that you need to know, and we'll start with my most important spec, the price. Now, listen to this. This phone comes in two different versions. One has 64 gigs of storage with 6 gigs of RAM. That one is going to run you $480. Then you got the big boy version, 128 gigs of storage with 8 gigs of RAM. Yes, you heard that right. 8 gigs of RAM for $540. Let that sink in. Now, all y'all the companies watching this video, pay attention. Shout out to OnePlus. This is how you do it. The price is right. Now, this phone is being marketed as an unlocked device. So it's supposed to work on Sprint, Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. But from what I'm hearing through the grapevine, if you live in the USA, it's not going to work on Sprint and Verizon. Now, I'm going to test that out. Now, as far as the build, you got a unibody design that's made out of anodized aluminum. And the phone is 7.25 millimeters thin. So that makes this the thinnest OnePlus flagship yet. Now, for the display, you got a 5.5-inch Full HD 1080p AMOLED panel with a resolution of 1920 by 1080. Now, that's 401 for the PPI Patrol. Now, the phone has a 16:9 aspect ratio, and it features Corning Gorilla Glass 5 for scratch protection. Now, I know what y'all saying. No Quad HD display. Same thing as the OnePlus 3T. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, this is important. Listen to the processor specs. You got this Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 with the Adreno 540 GPU. Now, that's what you call the latest and greatest. Now, put this all into perspective. $540, you get 128 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM. That's monstrous. Now, a lot of people were saying that's RAM overkill, but ask anybody that has a BlackBerry Key 1. Did I say BlackBerry? BlackBerry Key 1. Ask them, do they want more RAM? So you got 8 gigs of RAM. You got the latest and greatest processor and GPU. All of that for under $550. But there's more. Now, the phone features dual SIM slots. All right, so you can drop your 2 SIMs in there. The phone is running Oxygen OS. That's based on Android 7.1 Nugget. So if you get this phone, you'll be down with the Nugget boys. Shout out to the Nugget boys. Y'all know how we do. Now, the phone features a non-removable 3,300 milliamp battery that features dash charge. Now, if you know anything about dash charge, that's one of the fastest chargers in the game. Now, OnePlus claims 30 minutes will give you a full day's worth of battery. I'm going to put that to the test too. But speaking from experience, they telling the truth. Now, here's one of the major selling points on this, the camera. You got a dual camera setup on the rear. So one camera is 16 megapixels, that's f1.7, and the other camera is 20 megapixels, that's f2.6. Now, that's the telephoto lens. We'll talk about that in a minute, but that's going to give you the portrait photos like the iPhone 7 and the Hawaii P10. Now, you also get electronic image stabilization. Now, I got to put that to the test. It sounds fancy. Does it work? We'll see. Now, you can shoot 4K video up to 30 frames per second. Now, in the front, you got a 16 megapixel camera. That's f2.0. And you can shoot video 1080p, 30 frames per second. Now, you also get a fingerprint sensor, NFC. You get a headphone jack. It's a shame that you got to mention that these days, but you got a headphone jack. And another thing that's kind of dope, you got Bluetooth 5.0. Now, does it work the same as the Galaxy Bluetooth 5.0 where you can pair up 2 speakers at the same time? We'll test that out too. All right, so let's check this out. OnePlus 5. Now, if you ever seen a OnePlus presentation, you already know what to expect. The red and white. I like that. Let me grab a little unboxing knife. Well, we got the Huntsman today. Wow. Dramatic effect. Shout out to White Shoes. She got the day off. So it's just me today. All right, so let's pop this open. Now, one thing about OnePlus, let's see if it has that same charger. I love the chargers on these. Okay. All right, so here's your phone. Beautiful presentation. Let's see, does this open? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Usual books and shit follows to the side. Here's your dash charger. Nice and thick. Giggity. And here's your USB Type-C cable. Now, this is one of the best things about OnePlus. I love this red and white cable. And this cable is going to last the test of time. Nothing cheap about it at all. All of my OnePlus cables, they still look nice and crispy. And it's just a nice red and white theme. All right, now, does this... Oh, this does open. All right. I know. This is your usual books and shit. Okay, but we can still pluck these. Why not? Pluck these, file them to the side. You got your troll stickers. You know what to do with these. Anybody that you know that got an iPhone or a Galaxy, hit them off with these. And here's your SIM ejection tool. So that's pretty much it. Now for the phone. Let's power this on. See if we got any juice. Okay. Here's your boot up. Now, fingerprint sensor in the front where it belongs. All right, I love that. Now, this one feels a little bit different than the OnePlus 3T. It's a little bit more round. This one is a little bit more squarish. I prefer the round look. Now, a lot of people were saying that it looks kind of like an iPhone 7. Who cares? All right, who cares how it looks? The question is, how does it work? There's your camera in the front, speaker grill, fingerprint sensor. Now, check this out. This is one of the best features about these phones, too, the OnePluses. You got your vibrate on and off switch. So basically, you can put your phone in do not disturb without taking it out of your pocket. Now, fellas, that comes in handy. You're somewhere chilling and somebody pop up on you and you don't want to get that phone call that's going to blow you up. You don't have to pull your phone out of your pocket. You can just reach your finger in, put your phone on silent without taking it out. So I'm definitely feeling that. There's your dual camera setup, LED flash. There's your power button. There's your SIM tray, volume up and down. On the bottom, here's your speaker, USB Type-C, mic, and your headphone jack. Fresh out of the box, let's see. Yeah, it definitely feels a little bit lighter than the OnePlus 3T. It's definitely thinner. Feels good in the hands, ladies. You know my procedures. Let me pause the video real quick. I'll drop my information in and we'll breeze through the OS. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, y'all, so we're back in. Now, I just put my information in the phone. I've been playing around with it for a few minutes. And my first impressions, this is a certified beast. $540. This is a 100% win. Now, I said it before and I'll say it again. The days of spending $1,000 to get a quality phone is over. Now, chances are, if you bought a Galaxy S8 Plus, you like all the features and the gimmicks. You like the wireless charge. You like the fact that it's water resistant. You got the quad HD display. You got the pop-up windows, the iris sensor, always on display. You got to pay to play. But if you're one of these people that you don't care about all that stuff, you just want a fast phone with a quality build, a good camera, great battery life, and zero lag, this is it right here. Shout out to OnePlus. This is how you do it. Now, as far as the build quality, feels good in the hands. Feels like a premium device. Now, it looks like an iPhone, but for me, I don't really care about that. I actually like the way the iPhone looks. I like the minimalist look with the camera on the back, not too much branding. This is a go. Now, it is a kind of a fingerprint magnet, but that's what cases are for. Now, you can use cases or skins. I got a few cases. I'll show you how they look. Now, let's go through some of the basic features. You got your double tap to awake the screen. Now, check out the fingerprint sensor. Look how fast this is. Double tap. Now, you don't have to awake the screen. You can just rest your finger on it. Super fast. This got to be in the top 5 fingerprint sensors. I'm definitely feeling that. Now, let's breeze through some of the OS. Matter of fact, now I'm downloading a bunch of apps. Let's see, I got 89 out of 176. So it's still loading up. But as you can see, no lag. Nice and smooth. Let's check out the settings. Now, in the top, you got your basic toggles. All right, you got your night mode. That's going to dim the screen a little bit. So 3 o'clock in the morning, you don't have to fully wake up to check your Instagram notifications. Let's go to settings. Now, you got your Bluetooth. 5.0. Now, I don't think it works like the Galaxy. I got to put it to the test, but I don't see an option to pair up two speakers at the same time. So that might be a Galaxy Bluetooth 5.0 specific feature, but I got to play with it a little bit more, but I don't even see that option. Now, you got NFC. Okay, now I use the tap and pair, so right now that's why all my apps are loading in the background. Real simple. Let's go to alert slider. That functions correctly. You got your buttons. Now you can swap your buttons if you want. So I'll hit swap. Now it's going to put my recently used apps on the left, but I prefer them on the right. So we'll turn that off. Now you got your on-screen navigation bar. If you want, you could turn that off and use the capacitive buttons, but for me, I like to see them. Now you got your home button that you can assign functions to. I got my home button. If I double tap it, it's going to automatically open my camera. Now you do got your World Star Hip Hop button. I'll show you that in a second. Let me exit out of this. All right, I forgot how to do that. All right, let's go back. All right, so you got your double tap. You can set this to whatever you want. So if I hold down the home button, it's going to activate my search assistant, but you put it to whatever you want. Same thing with the double tap, the home button. You could use it for your camera, your voice search, open your last app, do whatever you want. Now I'm going to do a full review on this. I'm just breezing through some of the features real quick. Let's go to some of the gestures. Now you got your flip to mute. All right, so if you get a phone call, just flip it. That'll mute it. You got your 3-finger screenshot. So you swipe down, take a screenshot with 3 fingers. I like that. We'll go over the screen capture when I do the full review, but you got your scroll capture also. Double tap to wake. You got a few gestures. Now I got my I got my draw to 0 to open up the flashlight, because I'm a nighttime vulture, so flashlight for me is important, but you can put that to whatever you want. And you got a bunch of different ones. So you got O, V, S, M, and W. I didn't set up any of these, but when I do the full review, I have them all set up. Let's check the status bar. Now you can change your battery symbol to the circle if you want. You can show the network speed. You can show your battery percentage. And that's pretty much it. Not too heavy with the gimmicks and the features. Now it is running Android 7.0 Nugget. So if you hold down the recently used apps button, you're going to get your split screen. Now this is the 128 gig version with 8 gigs of RAM. So you're not going to have a problem with all of these apps running in the background at the same time. Now, one of the things that I like about OnePlus, matter of fact, you can exit out of all of these with one button. Now, one of the things I like about the OnePlus phones is the RAM management. So that means if I'm on Instagram and I'm on a nice page with some buns and I exit out 20 minutes later, when I click back on Instagram, it's going to be on that same page. It's not going to just automatically reload Instagram. Now, that's a major feature for me. I'm digging that. Swipe up, you got your app tray. Simple and straightforward. Swipe to the other side, you can add some widgets. Now I'm downloading a bunch of stuff, so I don't even got all my widgets yet, but we'll get into that. Now you got your World Star Hip Hop button. Double tap on the power button. That'll take you directly to your camera. So I got mine set up twice, so if I'm already in the phone, I can just double tap the home button. That'll take you to the camera. Look how fast that opens up. Now, speaking of the camera, point and shoot status. Let's take a quick photo. Point and shoot status looks pretty good. All right, now if you swipe down, that's going to activate your video. And you swipe up, that's going to take you to portrait mode. Now the camera OS looks pretty much like an iPhone, real simple. If you want to get your automatic zoom, just hit that button. It'll zoom in using the secondary lens. Change the aspect ratios. Now look at this. You got pro mode, portrait mode, video, time-lapse, slow motion, and panorama. Now with pro mode, you're able to change everything. Change the shutter speed, change the white balance, change the autofocus. You could go crazy with this. Now I'll do a full test with the camera and we'll see how that is. Now, one more thing. Let's take a look at the speaker real quick and see how this sounds. Let me find a video. My classic test video. I'm curious to hear how this speaker sounds. Okay, now this speaker is definitely loud. Listen to this. Nice loud speaker. Now it's only coming out the bottom. All right, speaker's on the left side. Would have been nice to have one in the top too, but we ain't gonna complain about that. You could actually feel the phone vibrating a little bit with that speaker. So it's a good speaker, nice and loud, not the most bass in the world, but it is what it is. Like I said, fresh out of the box for the price. I think about that. For the price, this is a certified win. Now, when I did that BlackBerry review the other day, you'd be surprised how many people was actually trying to defend BlackBerry. Oh, the phone is not designed for watching videos. The phone is not designed for playing games. The phone is not designed for multitasking. Look, man, stop making excuses for bullshit products. This is 2017. Now, people were saying, oh, that phone is designed for business use. What kind of business y'all running where you want a phone that lags? Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm doing my business on my phone, the last thing I want is my phone to be lagging. And that's where that phone suffers the lag. The keyboard is great. I'm feeling the keyboard. Now, I forgot to mention that in the video. A lot of people were saying you could use the swipe keyboard with the BlackBerry Key 1, the Lagberry. But the swipe keyboard is bullshit because when you swipe up, you keep hitting the home button, you're going to keep exiting out of your emails. That's a no-go. So in 2017, you're paying almost $600 for a phone that lags. That's a no-go. This one right here, less than $600, 128 gigs, 8 gigs of RAM. This is going to be my new business phone right here. Anyway, now I'll do a full review in about a week. Let me know if there's anything y'all want me to cover specifically, but y'all know I'm going to test the battery. Y'all know I'm going to test the camera. We're going to see if that portrait mode is as good as the iPhone and the P10. Those are my two favorite portrait cameras right there, the iPhone 7 and the Huawei P10. Now we'll play with this one and see if it could cut it, but we'll find out. What else? We'll check the performance. We'll try to see if we could get it to lag. We'll put it to the test. And we'll do some drop tests. Oh, real quick, let's take a look at some of these cases. All right, now I got 4 cases on deck. Let's just rip these up real quick. Okay, so you got your wood grain case. Now look, this is gonna be that fingerprint magnet. So you could drop a skin on it if you want. But personally, I don't like skins because you're stuck with that. I'd rather have little cases like this that you could just slap on. All right, so you got the wood grain version. That one looks nice. What else? Got another wood grain. Rah. Okay, 2 wood grain joints. Slap this one on real quick. Now, you're not getting any razivity with these. These are basically just to protect. Acoustic, noise canceling. These are basically just to protect the back of your phone. Hold on a second. I just activated a video. Now, I've been getting a lot of requests to check. All right, let's peel this one off real quick. Got 2 more. Now check this one out. This is one of my favorite OnePlus cases. This one kind of has that stone feel to the back. I love this one. We'll call this the stone case. This is hot right here. But of course, the best case that you could get, in my opinion, is the carbon fiber. Now you can't go wrong with this one. This is going to be my day-to-day case. I'm calling it right now. Slap this one on. Check this out. Woo! Carbon fiber. No fingerprints. Now you're good to go. Anyway, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. #salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces. Hold up, kill the music. I want to dedicate this video to my man Prodigy from Mobb Deep. I'm going to have a quick moment of silence. That was a true Queens legend. and I'm out.
Enterprise, Spock here.
Spock, one to beam up.
Affirmative, Captain. Enterprise out.
Energize.